What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 4 of the World's First. And today, Sheffield FC are going to be taking on Shaw Lane, and they were a team that were in 6th place by the time I set this match up last episode. They have since dropped down to 14th. However, Sheffield had jumped from 2nd into 1st and have held that position for the last couple of weeks, even though we've had a dip in form for the past couple of matches, but we'll get to that in a little bit. After 16 matches, we have 35 points with 11 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses to the tally. We do have a game in hand currently over Stocksbridge and Carlton, who are our nearest rivals, and that 1 point gap could jump up to 4 if we defeat Shaw Lane today. Let's take a look at the schedule and see how we've gotten to this point. And here's the run of form that we had since that FA Cup loss to Sully Home Moors in the second qualifying round. We've had 6 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. And like I said, we did have a little dip in form in the last couple of matches, but we have stayed in first. But let's take a look at the rest of them all together. Following Sully Home Moors, we took on Market Drayton at home and defeated them 2-1. Brad Riley and Benny Igihan scoring 2 goals in 2 minutes. Just right off the kickoff, Benny Igihan taking that ball right down the middle of the pitch and just making the defenders act like they were standing still to knock the second goal for the side. We had 13 shots, 6 of them on target, majority possession. Market Drayton, 1 shot, 1 kill. As you can see, their only shot taken was the goal. We then took on last place Tividale at home and defeated them 2-0 to continue our fine run of form in the league. Yohan Benyaya getting 2 goals in the 66th and then capping it off in the 2nd minute of stoppage time. 17 shots, 6 of them on target compared to Tividale's 10 and 5. And all around, we played fairly well. The rear guard holding up, as well as Callum Williams making 5 great saves to prevent Tividale from getting anything on the board. We then traveled away to Belper and soundly defeated them 4-0 to the tune of a brace from Benny Igihan, a goal from Yohan, and a goal from Danny Bacon. While Belper had taken the majority of the shots, we made the most of what little we had, in 8 shots and 6 of them being on target, of course leading to the 4 goals. All around, from front to back, everyone played outstandingly well to prevent Belper from even getting a decent attempt on goal. Most of those shots were taken were either blocked or were slow rollers right to Callum Williams. But you know, as they say, all good things come to an end, and we lost to Stocksbridge 3-1. They were top 3 at the time, and really making a run for the title, much like we are right now. Stocksbridge goals all coming in the first half, as well as ours. Benny Igihan scoring just 2 minutes after Stocksbridge first, but their defense pretty much quelched anything that we could have done since that time. Yes, we had 11 shots, 4 of them on target. Stocksbridge did have more on the day, but they were more skilled and made them count in the long run. So, little dip in form here, but it was 1 loss out of the grand scheme of things. There are 42 matches to be played in this season. 1 loss, not going to kill us. And we proved that by defeating Stafford at home 3-2, with James Knowles, Benny Igihan, and Yohan Benyaya all getting goals in the first half, putting up 3-0 on Stafford before they even got themselves a decent shot. And that goal coming in the 45th minute, right at the half. And while the defense looked shaky at times, they did hold solid up until the last minute of stoppage time, giving Stafford 1 more goal back. However, it wasn't enough, and we picked up all 3 points once again on the day, with majority shots, shots on target, and possession. The offense is firing all cylinders and has been for the majority of these matches. We just need to close it down in the back, especially late game. And in a match that could have gone either way, we pulled out a 1-0 victory at home versus Goole, as right winger Brad Riley getting us the only goal on the day and pretty much the only thing worth noting in the 66th minute. Other than that 1 goal, it was a pretty boring affair. No cards, not a lot of fouls to be worthy of cards, just a lot of stoppage in play. But at the same time, any match that you get 3 points out of is a good match nonetheless. No matter how it's won, 3 points is 3 points. Our second 3-game win streak of the season came at the hands of Romulus as we defeated them away from home 3-1. Tom Batten, left back, and Benny Igihan getting himself a brace were the goal scorers on the day, with Romulus only getting 1 goal just 3 minutes after Batten's. We each took the same amount of shots. Sheffield, however, with double the amount of those on target and holding onto the ball more than Romulus. And usually possession's a negative stat, but when you can turn it into goals by great passing and great movement up the pitch, say it's bad all you want, but sometimes possession is a wonderful thing when it leads to goals. But unfortunately, it was not all fun and games on this road trip, as in the second match away from home, we lost to Lincoln United 2-1. They pulled both goals just on the inside of halftime, while as ours from Yohan Benyaya needed to be a penalty for us to have even a decent chance at coming back. We only had 5 shots, 3 of them on target. This time, possession was a negative stat, getting 57%. We couldn't move the ball from back to front, as Brad Riley and Tom Batten out on the wings couldn't produce enough crosses into the box to find Yohan and Benny Igihan on a consistent basis. Sad to say it, but Lincoln United were the better team on the day, and defensively we just looked out of place. Just need to pick ourselves up and try again in the next one. But that next one versus Leek was a rather boring affair in and of itself, in a 0-0 draw. The only things noteworthy were our defensive line got more cards than I would have liked, and we only had 1 shot on target. The less said about this match, the better, as there just wasn't much to really report on. Outside of only a couple players, the entire team just played rather average. And I feel like here we were very lucky to get a point, as Leek had a little bit more deadly attack when they got into our attacking third. And that's going to bring us into our match versus Shaw Lane, but there is one little piece of transfer news that I have to make it known right before we get into that match. You know how I said that I released Nathan Okoye because he was making £775 per match? Just on a whim, I decided to offer him a new contract, and this time it wasn't just a first team or key player non-contract. I offered him as a hot prospect contract, and well, he accepted. You want to know how much I'm actually paying him? Take a guess. I'll let you guess before I show it. See, Nathan Okoye is back, but I'm paying him £25 a match. That is highway robbery if I ever saw one. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know if this is a bug or an exploit or something, but to release a player who was making £775 per appearance on his old contract, to then turn around and accept this type of contract is rather astounding for me, because it helps lower my balance a ton per match. So I'm glad that I have Nathan Okoye back. He wasn't a bad player. It's just that for the amount I was paying him, it wasn't worth keeping him around. And now that I'm paying him a much more manageable wage, I'm glad to have him around. And the other two players down here, Brad Robinson and Oliver Crowley, both brought in on loan for a day apiece just to see what their full stats looked like, and to be quite honest with you, they don't look solid at all. So they were returned to their proper clubs, and I am keeping an eye on Barrow, because they are a parent club to us, to see if there are any other players that want to come down and get some full-time playing time here at the club. It certainly helped me out because I wouldn't have to pay for their wages. But now let's get to the match versus Shaw Lane. And it's going to be pretty much a match of 4-4-2s, as this is what our starting 11 is going to look like. Callum Williams will be in net, Coupe, Lewis, Okoye, and Batten along the back line. Riley, Wolstenholme, Bacon, and Emmett will be the mid-4. And then, of course, the two that are sitting up front, they will never change unless injuries happen or I decide to sell them. But they're always going to be Igihan and Yohan Benyaya. I'd always love to extend my lead at the top of the table. If we can make it 4 points right around the halfway point, that'd be amazing, and then just keep pushing forward to the end of the season and try and win the league. So let's kick off here and see what happens. Alright, just about 3 minutes in, and we come to our first highlight. We're going to be in the red, Shaw Lane in the blue. And I'll raise some decent bit of passing on our side, getting it up to Emmett out on the wing. Has several options in the box, but he's tackled off the ball, and Shaw Lane now running with it. They don't have a lot of players moving very fast forward, but at the same time, defensively, we need to cut back on the amount of passing that's coming through, and the amount of movement as well. And that is some great passing into the box, and that is going to go out for a goal kick. Oh no, it's actually going out for a corner. Iqbal going out well wide, and that's cut out. It's back inside. Was he offside? Yes, he was. He looked offside. And Shaw Lane getting themselves a goal. I did not think that was going to end in a goal, to be quite honest with you, but that had some great bit of passing to get through our back line. And when you force the keeper to go one-on-one with the player, that's not always good odds for the keeper. And actually, that was a bad spill by Williams. My mistake. That was all Williams' fault. Alright, 22 minutes gone, and I've switched us up into to be a more attacking style team. However, right now, Shaw Lane with the ball and coming back on a counter. A good tackle from Bacon. Now can we do anything with it? Riley switching the pitch and couldn't find Benny, and that's rather unfortunate. Long ball up ahead to Ben Yaya. We can't come down with it. Wolstenholme. Out to Riley. Just needs to wait for the two strikers to get in the box. Has to pass it backwards. Bacon. To Wolstenholme. Into Johan. Johan! Wow! He cannoned that in from the top of the box, and he knots it up at one apiece. Great strike. Decent bit of passing just to get that up. And actually, let me pause that. Excuse me. Let's get out of director and go into close so you can take a look at this in much better view. But a decent pass from Wolstenholme to Johan, and I did not think he would go and cannon it from 18 yards out, but a great strike past the keeper and knots it up at one. I thought that would have been a good tackle. Oh, another good tackle. Wolstenholme to Bacon. Now we are coming on a counter. Benny goes past everyone. He's one-on-one with the keeper. He could take a shot from top of the box. He does! And Benny Igihan with a quick double strike from Sheffield. We are now up 2-1, turning it around by going attacking. And that was a decent pass. I did not think Benny had the speed to get it, but he picked it up, turns around a defender, and then goalkeeper was leaning one way, couldn't dive in time to stop that goal. Free kick to Shaw Lane, though. Good clearance from Lewis, and it doesn't go as far as I want, and they keep possession. Lewis clears it out to Riley, and we get it on the wing. And he tried to long ball it over the top, but didn't find anybody in particular. And Shaw Lane, once again, on the attack, one-on-one, and Williams with a good save. It's a throw-in into the box, but it goes right to a Sheffield player, and then he just cleared it out to halfway, and nobody was there to pick it up. Oh, we do get the ball back, though. Bacon switching the pitch out to Riley on the right. Can he get past his man? He's holding it, tries to get into the box. Oh, Johan does bring it down, but then passes it back out to Coupe. Have to wait for some players to get into the box to be more effective. And here we go, maybe. Wolstenholme out to Emmett on the left. Tried crossing it in. There are 4 Sheffield players in the box. A decent cross in could turn into something here. Igihan, cross the pitch to Riley. Gets it back. Oh, and shot right into a defender. It was 2 decent attempts. Right, halftime up 2-1. Everyone's playing more encouraging ball now that I switched to be more attacking. Just need to keep it up for the second 45, and we can come away with a win. Shaw Lane still coming forward with the ball, still attacking. And they think they have something that we can't stop. Oh, another good save from Williams, but he could not stop that second one, even though the ball went right over him. And Shaw Lane have equalized 10 minutes into this half. I want to think that Williams was still down after that first save. Let's take a look at the replay. As it was a good save, he was down, he was rolling around. Whoa, no, Davidson just skied it. Williams didn't have any time to react. Top of the net. Shaw Lane still coming forward. Wow. They have just quick double fired in the last 3 minutes, and Shaw Lane have taken the lead once again. And defensively, we're just falling to pieces, and this is rather unfortunate. We do get a highlight directly from the kickoff. Now, can we turn it into something good? Because most of the time, these end badly for us. Oh, my God. Get it out. Okay, Williams does pick it up. It's a long ball over the top, and Shaw Lane are one-on-one with the goalkeeper again. Once again, this defensive line is completely fallen to shambles, and this is rather a shame. 2 minutes later, throw in from Batten, and we do hold it. Wolstenholme ahead to Benny. Benny being mugged off by 2 guys. Needs to hold on to that ball a lot better. But we do pick up the errant pass. Coupe tried to find Johan. But Bacon to Westenholm. Grokot can't... Oh, close him down, guys. Possession clearly not being favored right now, but we do have Johan. Johan needs to find a solid pass ahead to Benny. Benny picks it up, but it's saved away, but we do get a corner out of it. What can we do here? Riley goes short to Johan, and that was almost in the nets, but saved by the Shaw Lane keeper. Oh, missed tackle. Shaw Lane coming with another attack. Get it away. Dakwa. Riley gets it out of there. Up ahead to Benny. Benny and Johan. Oh, you need to go forward, not sideways. And Riley, what are you even doing with the ball? That's a disgraceful pass. 18 minutes left in this match. A throw in deep. Coupe. Out to Turner. Turner with several options in the box. He needs to find a good pass, but doesn't even get a chance to as he's taken off the ball. And we have to start over again. Turner trying to find into Benyaya. Now we recycle it back to midfield. It's still going back to midfield, and Shaw Lane coming up with it. Who's number 15, and why didn't you tackle him? Grokot. Oh, Grokot. Grokot. Ugh. Highlights are coming thick and fast in this half, at the very least. Was Johan offside? They didn't say anything. And we still have possession of the... Oh, wow. Wow, that was a shocking pass. Even worse possession on it. Good tackle from Grokot. We're still coming forward. We're still trying to make some sort of attacks happen. Westenholm to Bacon. Still trying to go around the middle. Benny. Benny. He's got it. He can take the shot. But once again, this keeper is making some wonder saves right now. 3 minutes of stoppage time on the clock. We are in the first minute of it. We could get ourselves an equalizer, but at the same time, with Shaw Lane and how they've been playing, they could just as easily make it 4-2, and it's over the top, and he's one-on-one with the keeper. Good save away. Now, can we turn this into a counterattack? Going out to Turner on the wing. Turner needs to find some options in the box, but he's tackled off the ball. There's no help for him. There's been no help for him out there. We still have over a minute left, and, well, with that highlight ending right there, I fear that this is pretty much the end of the match. And Coupe is going to see himself a second yellow card for his efforts. So we're going to end this match on 10 men right as the ref's about to blow the whistle for full time. We're 4 minutes into 3 minutes of stoppage time. There it is. Sheffield 2, Shaw Lane 3. And we have yet to win in our last 3 matches. And that's going to put a dent into our placement. Yes, we're still going to be in first place, but I would have liked to have been in first place by more than 1 point. Alright, so here's what the schedule is going to look like for the next couple of months, and who's we're going to face. We're going to face off against Spalding, then Loughborough Dynamo, Basford, Chasetown, Kidsgrove, Carlton, Gresley, Daventry, and Newcastle Town to round out from now until the end of January. And I think that's when we should be coming back. Right now it's the end of November. I think we should come back at the end of January. So it looks like 9 matches will be played in that time, so a good further rounding up of how the league is coming to be. And with Newcastle Town sitting mid-table or lower, hopefully by that time, and it is going to be a home match, so we will have the home crowd behind us. I think this will be a perfect time to come back. So next episode, it will be Sheffield versus Newcastle Town. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and you want to see more FM content on this channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, please leave it in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out. And to all my American viewers, this is going out on Thanksgiving, so I do wish every one of you a happy Thanksgiving.